Welcome back to Educator.com. What I want to do now is give you some information and some insight as to how can we determine what our users are using if they're coming to our website. In other words, if we already have a website, how can I determine what browsers and what screen sizes and what operating systems they're using in order to view your website? And I just want to make you aware that there are analytics for most websites that are available. It's just a matter of how do you access them and how much information can they provide. What you're looking at is my CMarsCreate.com website, and right now this is just for the past month. But what I'm going to do is show you some information and show you how much information can be gathered by statistics sitting on your web server, and that will help you plan. So if you're doing a redesign of a website, then you can take a look at these and determine what type of users are actually using your site and have an educated way to be able to determine your screen resolutions, your widths, what browsers to target, all of that information. So let me show you what I'm talking about. What I'm going to do is adjust this, and I'm going to put this back so that it's going to cover a year of information. And as I said, this is my website information. You can see there's quite a bit of information, but so far, returning visitors versus new, you can see it's a little over half and half. So it gives me all this different information. But the important piece I want to show you is notice over here it says technology. I'll open that piece up, and this just happens to be Google Analytics, which is something that is available for some websites through Google, but I'm doing this just to show you the information. So let me go into the browser statistics. Take a look at this. The #1 browser previewing my website is Safari. Chrome is a close second, as you can see, and Firefox is right behind Chrome. Internet Explorer is down a little ways. I do have a little bit of Opera in here, Mozilla Compatible Agent, Android browser, even SeaMonkey, which is actually a browser. That one's been around for probably over 10 years, and most people have never heard of it. IE with Chrome and Mini Opera. Opera is another type of browser, and Opera's kind of making a bit of a comeback because they introduced a pretty good mini browser to put on smartphones or tablets. So you can see it's not too many, but it is interesting that it shows me that. Now, what if I have the question, okay, it's Internet Explorer. I want to know what versions of Internet Explorer. Well, I can find out. I have the power. Here we go. Notice most are Internet Explorer 9. I have a few in 10, a few back in 7 and 6, believe it or not. Look at the number of 7 users, 57 out of 1,900. Now that's only about 3%, but when you consider how old these two browsers are, it's unbelievable that it's that high. Version 10 is the modern Internet Explorer version. But if people are in Windows 7, usually they're up in version 9, and that's the majority of Windows users at least. So that gives me that information. I can even get into, let's take a look at the mobile devices that are previewing my web page. #1 is the iPad, then the iPhone, and then there's a few others in here in the mix. So you can see I can get a lot of information from this. What about traffic sources? Where are they coming from? All kinds of information. I could go on and on inside here. Now within the dashboard area, let me show you this map overlay. This is my favorite part. This is pretty cool. It shows me where all the users are coming from who are previewing my website within the map of the whole world. So I can hover over and you can see. And I seem to be back to a shorter time frame. Nope, this is the last year. Okay, that seems rather low compared to what it normally is. but notice anywhere in the world and it tracks them. So there's lots of information in here. This is based on country. We can even go down to the city they're coming from, so that I can learn what's the most popular city for viewing my website, and you can see it's New York. It's unbelievable how much information you can get in order to set up and plan for your user base on your website. So I just want you to be aware analytics are available. If the question is, what browsers are we going to target? Take a look at that information. Go to your server administrators if you're within a company, or go out to your web host and ask them for the statistics for a website if you have one. If it's a brand new website, you're going to have to try and figure that out on your own based on whoever it is you're building the site for. But as you can see, there's a whole lot of information available about the user base coming to a website, and I just wanted to make you aware that it is something you want to ask about if you are planning a website for anybody. But that's an overview of some of the statistics or analytics that can be available for your website. And if you have a present website, it's something you want to look into setting up for your own site so that you can start gathering this information and learning more about the users of your site. So if you're going to do anything in the future, you know your audience. But that's an overview of website statistics.